Hey people, it is Saturday, April the 30th. The time is currently 9:33 in the evening, and it's about 10 degrees Celsius. And I'm on King Street, west, just immediately west of Bay Street, right in the heart of the financial district. And I'm going to be continuing my walk along King Street West, through the entertainment district, and then through the nightlife district beyond that. Thought we'd just see what sort of action we can find on this pleasant and quite busy Friday night. I just walked down Yonge Street before beginning this recording, and Yonge Street was jammed with people, like busier than I've seen it in a long time, especially for a nighttime walk. Yeah. Now here in the financial district, of course, there's not much in the way of nightlife, but just up ahead we'll be entering the entertainment district, and that's where things start to pick up. However, there are a few bars here, as you can see. Many of these office towers have rather popular bars, actually, at their bases. And it's nice to see some of them coming back to life. I don't think they've seen much activity in the last couple of years.
This guy called Paul.
I can understand why people are gonna.
We'll just take a look around here before we leave the financial district. Thanks. I'm not sure if that guy gave me the finger or made some other gesture. I didn't really catch it. I saw him do something. Maybe he's giving me the peace sign. Let's go with that.
Remember the subway got delayed?
Yeah, there seems to be quite a lot of people kind of making their way through the financial district. I think they're headed towards the nightlife area. I was actually a bit surprised that Yonge Street was as busy as it was, since it's not really known for nightlife. It has restaurants, I suppose, but even the stretch between Dundas and King was very busy with pedestrians, and there's not much at all along that stretch. A few fast food restaurants, perhaps. Alright, so here's University Avenue. So I think I'll go as far as Portland Street here along King, and then I will turn north on Portland, which is also a busy street with nightlife spots. King and Portland is basically the main intersection of the King West nightlife area.
She was going to do something for herself. She used to dance there.
It's already.
So now officially in the entertainment district. And I think I'll probably have to contend with multiple instances of copyright music as I make my way west here along King Street. So I'll just do my best to drown it out with my own voice. Hopefully I won't end up with a copyright claim. And I think we've successfully navigated one minefield of music. I'll also have to contend with people who walk considerably more slowly than I do. And here's the Royal Alex Theatre. Jake Epstein, Boy Falls from Sky. He played a character on Degrassi The Next Generation, right? Look up Duncan Street. And here's another theater here. This is the Princess of Wales Theater. And down here is the Canada Walk of Fame. And here's John Street.
Up to you. That's, I'm sure there's Saturday night at the rec.
Why are we going?
Not yet.
And this is the Tiff Bell light box we're passing by. It's the home of the Toronto International Film Festival, which should be back at full power this year after a couple of years of mostly virtual events with some limited small screenings. And this is Restaurant Row.
And also,
Well, this neighborhood is growing like a weed with new developments. It will probably one of the most densely packed neighborhoods in the city in terms of skyscraper development when all these projects are finished. If they're ever finished, there's always more. Just when all the current projects are finished.
Yeah, of course you did. You fucking son.
Here's Peter Street.
The dogs looked at them, just kind of like stopped and looked and continued to go far. Are you serious? And then he said, I hope you were. What? That's so unnecessary for the father of a child.
Wait, because they had his number. She's like, that's fucking funny.
That guy was so busy looking at his phone, he almost collided with me. Beware of the phone zombies. And there's my favorite sub restaurant, Belly Busters.
And it's like pretty inexpensive too, like living there. Dude.
Right, now things quiet down a little bit here, but then we'll transition into the King West nightlife area. This is where high-end nightclubs tend to be located. Might be a bit early for that King West nightlife scene to be in full swing. I don't think it really gets happening until at least 11 o'clock or so.
He wins.
Don't win.
Don't win.
But yeah, nothing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, she was saying that apparently it was well, I know what you mean, but either way, you're committing for a while.
Yeah.
Wasn't there running off that way?
Here's Spadina Avenue.
Otherwise, you were there for.
Yeah, I was there for way good mainly work, and so I didn't get much chance. All in all, I have a couple of friends
who wanted that pastry pie.
Yeah, I've walked through here a couple times recently in the daytime, and I commented how it was a little on the quiet side and mentioned that's mainly because it's known as a nightlife area. So we'll see how much busier it is on a Saturday night, even if it is a bit early.
Used to be something down here.
I think there's some patios in there between these two buildings.
Babe, your jacket totally covers your shot.
Yeah, you can play that.
And there's suddenly a very strong rotten egg smell. I'm not sure where that's coming from.
How long out of curiosity you didn't mention that?
Alright, but let's go easier.
And they got some more music, so I'll just do my thing here and try to drown out any potential threats to my channel. My voice is louder than yours, Drake. Yes, that was Drake. I don't care if you're from Toronto. There's Liberty Shawarma.
It's definitely down to this guy.
And it looks like we're already at Portland Street. That didn't take as much time as I thought. And we've got a busker here. Usually buskers do not result in copyright claims. They sometimes use a backing track though that can result in a copyright claim, so I'll just assume this one is okay. So maybe I'll just take a quick little spin up one side of King Street here and then back down the other side before I make my way north up Portland Street. Since this is quite a busy area here west of Portland. Ruby Soho, that place is always very busy. This is quite nice. However, that music across the street might pose a bit of a problem. Fat Bastard Burrito, competitor to Burrito Boys. So I think the next major street is Bathurst Street.
Well, 50%. Where's the girl go? She has, but anyways, it's going to be fine. And they chose not to put her in school during the pandemic. Right? Yeah.
And another big lineup here. Regulars. I admit I'm almost completely out of the loop when it comes to the club scene. I've never been a clubber type person. I have gone to my fair share of bars and pubs though, mostly where live music is featured. That's pretty much the only thing that draws me to bars and pubs, is if there's live music of a particular type that I'd be interested in seeing. But I've never been really a fan of clubbing or dance music. It's just not my cup of tea, I suppose. So now we're making our way back down the other side. See, some of these clubs haven't even really started accepting patrons yet.
Call the king. Let him know. Call him up. Call him.
And I'll do my thing here with this music, although that was just a brief snippet of disco music.
Okay, we're in Natasha. The Hartley House. So.
So before I get too close to Ruby Soho, I might try and cross the street again. So I know there's going to be loud music blasting up there.
Down here? Awesome.
Well, actually the music right now isn't so bad, so I think I can successfully make my way over here without too much trouble. I'll just cross here. The green light. Let this car go. And try not to get run over by this guy. And I made it. It's kind of insane, really.
Where?
So this is it, Queen in Portland, the heart of Toronto nightlife. Currently, it tends to shift, you know, every 10 years or so. The entertainment district we walked through before this area was once the nightlife district with all the clubs. But as that area redeveloped with condos, all the clubs closed down by one, and everything shifted further west down King Street. And the clubs now here are much smaller than the old clubs that were in the entertainment district. Those were mega clubs that could cram in thousands of people.
Okay? If you guys are going there, don't invite me. For sure we'll go. Don't invite me. We're not even going to one place. I've never gone to one place ever. It's right here. It's like that. Last time I did here.
Giddy?
You're so fucking mad at me, bro.
Hey, let's go to Chubby's.
Good, how are you?
Chubby's is where it's at.
Shit.
Yeah, we played trivia.
Here we are at Adelaide Street.
Kind of concerning how close up.
And we're approaching Queen, so the clubbing type nightlife starts to fade away here as we get closer to Queen. Queen Street has its own brand of nightlife that is quite different than the King Street type, and much more in keeping with my tastes. That's where you'll find places such as the Velvet Underground and Bovine Sex Club and Rex's Jazz and Blues Club. Much more in the way of live music on Queen Street. And the people aren't quite so trying to impress each other, I guess you could say. That seems to be the vibe that King Street gives off. And speaking of the Velvet Underground, that's actually where I'm heading right now, because I'm going to be meeting up with Megan there, my girlfriend. She's at a show there with a friend of hers. And that show should be wrapping up shortly. So I'm going to meet up with her and we're going to walk back to my place together. And actually, this leads directly to the Velvet. Portland Street just terminates with the Velvet Underground directly at the View Terminus. So I'm going to start to wrap up this video. So if you enjoyed this nightlife walk along King Street West through the entertainment district and the nightclub district, and then up Portland Street here to Queen West. So leave a comment below if you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts on Toronto nightlife. Does it look like it's back to normal? Is it still quieter than you remember it? I'd be interested to hear what you think. And be sure to hit that notification bell, that way you won't miss any of my videos. And if you'd like to support the channel, there are links in the description where you can do so via PayPal and via my merch store. And you can also find me on Instagram under KContinuum. So thanks for watching, and be sure to keep checking back, because as always, I will continue.